You're watching WGBY Springfield.
Today on Zoom.
A lot of kids have sent us their paper airplanes. Take your piece of paper and fold it in half the long way. That's awesome!
The kind of fishing I'm doing is fly fishing. I haven't been doing it very long. I got one.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Go.
Jump,
Good job. Keep it up.
Keep those leg muscles working.
Funding for Zoom
Is provided by
the National Science Foundation, America's investment in the future, and
the Corporation for Public Broadcasting,
and by
contributions to your PBS station.
from viewers like you.
Thanks!
Woohoo! Come on, Daddy. I'm Ray.
I'm Caroline.
Hey, I'm Claudio.
I'm Elisa.
I'm Jessie. I'm Kenny. I'm Zoe. We're all plugged into one world now. So let's talk. We want to hear from you. Come on, give it a try. And if you like what you see, turn off your TV and do it. Zoom. Come on and zoom. Come on and zoom. Come on and zoom, zoom on, zoom. Come on and 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 zoom.
Here's a zinger from Stephen M. of Portland, Tennessee. I'll hold the basketball at the back of your neck while you keep your hands at your sides. When I drop the ball, you clap your hands in front of you and try to catch the ball behind you before it hits the ground. Okay?
Okay. Go, Jessica.
Okay. You say when, okay?
Okay. Now. Oh, close. Your hands are kidding.
Your hair. Here, I'll hold the hair. I don't know.
No, it's good. Ooh, it's like a little cushion. Now. Ah, that was not even close.
Let me try.
Okay.
Come on, Claudio. Now.
You've got the class in front of you.
Oh.
Doot, 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 doot. Okay, I'll try again.
Okay. Now.
Oh, so close.
Oh,
Let's try this
okay.
again. Do you want to do it?
Fine.
Now.
She got it.
Good job.
Oh, she got it.
Yay, woohoo. Go, Jess.
Let's let Lisa try again.
Okay. Well, I'll just keep my hair bushy. Now. Wow, so close. Not really. A little close. Wait, hold on. Whoa. What was that? Okay.
Now.
Oh, yay. Okay, I feel really left out. Can I try again?
Yeah.
While Claudia waits to get the ball. Okay.
Okay.
Can I try again? I feel excluded.
Don't worry.
Okay. Now.
You're so close.
Let her keep trying. Let her keep trying again.
Okay, you're gonna get it. Okay, this is, I can feel it. You're gonna get it this time.
Now.
I got it.
Zoom do. A lot of kids have sent us their paper airplanes. Today I'm going to show Ray how to make the D400. Sent in by David E. of South Bend, Indiana. All you need to make David's plane is a piece of paper, a paper clip, and a pair of scissors. Here's what you do. Take your piece of paper and fold it in half the long way. Like this. Good. And then open it back up again. Okay? And take the top corners and fold it in towards the middle. So you have 2 triangles at the top.
Cool. Okay.
Okay. Fold the left triangle in half and towards the middle. And fold the right triangle in half towards the middle. Fold the left triangle in half again.
Good.
Yep. Grease it. And do the same with the right.
Okay.
Okay. Fold the plane in half the opposite way.
Opposite
so
way?
like that. Do you see what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So there's a little flat kind of thing sticking up in the middle.
Okay.
Looks like a jet, huh?
Cool.
Flip it over and open up the wings. So bring them out. Yeah. Okay. Cut a flap at the end of each wing. Then bend one flap up and bend the other flap down.
Okay.
Up.
So it should look like this. The car.
Yep, good job. Okay.
Awesome.
Add a paper clip to the bottom of the plane so it can stay together.
All right.
Okay. Now
Awesome.
throw it hard. And it should spin really well.
All right, let's do it.
Did you see that?
cool.
That's awesome.
It's fun a lot.
Mine doesn't want to spin. It's okay. Oh, I see what's the problem.
What?
See, the flap was down like this, and then I have to move it up. I think that's the problem.
Okay, one more time.
Hey, it's spinning, Jerry. That was the problem.
The kind of fishing I'm doing is fly fishing. I haven't been doing it very long. This is the Nissequogue River in Smithtown, New York. There are brown trout, rainbow trout, and brook trout in the stream. Fly fishing is different because you're not casting bait or something that does have weight. You're casting a fly. The line, though, does have weight, and that's what you're trying to cast out with a fly on the end of it. One of the most interesting things about fly fishing is the flies themselves. Flies are creations of feather and fur tied on a hook, and they imitate things that trout like to eat. There are basically 2 types of flies: a dry fly that floats on the surface of the water, and a wet fly that sinks beneath the surface of the water. They also have neat names. This one is called the parachute Adams. It's a dry fly that imitates a mayfly that trout like to eat. This is a wet fly, which imitates a minnow. It's called the streamer fly. This is another wet fly, which is called a muddler minnow. And the one I'm making here is my favorite. It's called a woolly bugger. Now what a woolly bugger imitates is a leech. Trout like them, too. Now this woolly bugger, when it's done, may look like a big piece of fluff, but when it's underwater, it looks like a real leech. I got one. If you don't want to eat the fish, you can release it. This is called catch and release. I think this one's a little small. I'm gonna let him go.
One of the popular things to do when you're fishing now is fishing with a barbless hook. So if you want to release a fish, it won't get injured. The day that I went fishing started a little slow, and then I got lucky.
a nice rainbow trout that fought really hard. I'm not quite an expert at netting them yet. And then I caught a really big brookie. I guess I'll keep this one for dinner.
Zoom will resume after this important message.
Babas, fabas, shabas, nabas, baba, gaba, nabas. Abian dabas, fabas, shabas, nabas, baba, gaba, nabas, abi, dabar. Abai nabi, tabu kabach, aba rubble, abi, bubbing, fabish.
Habba bubbing trouble bubble, dubbin yo nubby dubba, abba bubby dubba bubby fubba shoving bubby. Abba scubber oven tubby tubble cover subbing thubbing, wobble ubby bubbing.
Rubby, bubbit, mubby, shabba, abit. Wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Sabby, obbits bobbing. Ho,
And now, back to Zoom.
Dear Zoom, we have a puzzle for your show. Draw a 5x5 square with 4 lines across all 4 sides. Then try to figure out how many squares there are. Sincerely, Marla and Marissa S. of Wheatland, Iowa.
The answer to the problem is in this envelope.
Okay, I think I have a strategy. See these small sections which make the 1 squares, like these lines?
Yeah.
Well, we could call those the ones and see how many ones there are. 2s are the ones where 2 of those lines are that big. And 3s are where 3 of those lines are that big, and then 4 and 5. And then we see how many of all of them there are, and then we add them up. Just so we can record it easily. Want to write it like that with ones?
Yeah.
So ones, we'll see how many ones there are.
Let's see. Well, we can count down and then count across.
Mathematically, that's the, like,
The
way you
simple
can do
way of doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you multiply 5 by 5, and that's 25.
5 times 5 equals 25 square. I spelled squares wrong.
That's okay.
Okay, SQ. No, now we're going to find the squares that have distance of 2 them across. So, how about they'll be in purple so we can see
Yeah.
them better? There's this one. That's 1. And then,
Wait, and then there's 2 right there.
where?
These 2.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize how many squares there were.
I know. I didn't think there would be this many either. And then these are
Wow.
3. Then these
4.
are 4. So there's 4 going this way, and then there would be 4 going the other way too, right?
Yeah, so
So 4, because since it's a square, all the sides are the same length. So if there's 4 going that way, there would be 4 going this way.
which
so
is
then
multiply 4 times 4,
4
which is
times 4 is 16. So the 2 squares, there's 16. 4 times 4 equals 16 squares. Now we're going to count the 3 ones. And the 3 ones have to have 3 going across and 3 down for it to be a square, because they have to be the
so
same
the
size.
first one would be right there.
One. Then the next one will be starting here. Ooh, this is getting confusing.
Oh, I think I see a pattern.
2. And then next one will be starting on the 3rd line. 3.
And this only has 3 per row, which means that each time, first there was 5, then there's 4, then there's 3 per row.
So then the 4th one will have 2 in each row.
And then the 5th one will have 1.
Yeah.
And it will be this.
Now we have a pattern. So 1, 2, 3 on this row. So there has to be 3 going down this way.
And 3
when you
times
multiply
3 is
those.
9.
So
And then this one can be light pink. Let's see.
okay. So here's the pattern that we found out. When we counted the 1 squares, the ones that only had this much distance, there was 5 of them going across the row of 5. The 2 squares had 4 going across the row of 5. The 3 had 3, so the 4th will have 2. So it's almost like a backwards pattern. 1 equals 5, 2 equals 4, 3 equals 3, 4 equals 2, and 5 equals 1. And look, it's
And that's the
backwards.
end.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's just try it out so it won't get confusing. Okay. 4 squares going one way, 4 squares going down. There's
1.
1. And then the other way.
Wow, this is beginning to look like a jumble of lines.
So there's 2. So 2 going this way and 2 going that way. 2 times 2 is 4.
So that's 4 squares.
4 had 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so now for the 5, there will only be 1.
Yes.
5 equals 1 because it's this huge thing across.
So that would be...
It gives 1 huge 1.
So that would be...
So now we can add this together. Let's start up here.
Okay.
25 plus 16. 6 plus 5 is 11. Put the 1 down, you carry it over. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 1 up here is 4. So right now we already have 41. 41 plus 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. Carry over the 1. 1 plus 4 is 5, 50. Then 50 plus 4 is obviously 54. 54 plus 1 equals 55.
Wow.
So we think that it's 55. Want to look in the envelope?
Drum roll, please. 55!
Yay! We got it! Give me 5. Give me 55. Okay, we got it. That was awesome.
Where's the best place to see a man eating fish?
I don't know.
A seafood restaurant. Get it?
I got
A
it.
seafood restaurant.
Yeah. Zoom Tales.
How the Sea Became Salty. Written and illustrated by Whitney N. of Manitowoc, Wisconsin. One day, a long time ago, there lived a magic shark named Salto. Instead of using his magic for good, he used it for bad things. He was not liked by other sea creatures, especially when he started putting a horrid curse on them. He cursed them to a life of eating only sand. When the Sea King found out, he paid Salto a visit. "Salto," he shouted, "you are giving your powers to be used for kind deeds, and you have only used them for evil." The Sea King took away Salto's powers and placed the same curse he used on others on him. "Now you will know how it feels," said the Sea King. Salto was furious. He decided to use the last of his magic to get back at the Sea King. He changed the sand into something that would make all the sea creatures sick when he spit it out of his mouth. Later that day, a dog named Henry noticed the water had a funny smell. He howled a call to his friends, Colonel Jake the Seal and Sergeant Wally the Whale. They told Henry that the evil shark Salto was turning the sand into what he called salt and making the ocean life sick. Some fish were already moving. They couldn't adapt. Henry was upset and asked if anything could be done. The colonel and the sergeant said they would try to get the salt out of the water before anyone else got sick. They worked day and night and finally came back to Henry, saying it was no use. I have more bad news, said Henry. Humans are eating the salty fish and are now crying salty tears. What will we do? Jake asked sadly. Suddenly, the Sea King appeared. Thank you all so much for trying to help. I will make the salt all right for the ocean creatures to live in and land creatures to eat from. From then on, things were safe, and the three friends walked and swam happily by the forever salty sea. The end.
Zoom. Chat.
Zoom. Chat.
Zoom.
Chat.
Dear Zoom, what makes a good parent? I think a good answer is someone who always does what's best for their kid. What do you think? Matthew H., Columbus, Georgia.
I think that a good parent is somebody who really listens to their kid and doesn't like try to seem like they're the master, they're the boss, but actually like treats them as an equal so that they'll really listen and get the point.
My parents are on a level with me.
Yeah, so it's not like, I am your boss, I am your parent, you must listen to me. It's like, okay, that was wrong, why'd you do it?
Yeah.
And then you really get time to think about what you did, and I think that way they teach you and it's more fair. What do you think?
No, I think that parents shouldn't be too controlling. They should give their kids a sense of space and a sense of privacy. They don't have to be like up in everything. They can't like not supposed to know their whole world. I mean, you know, they're parents. You're supposed to know everything about your kid, but not to the exact point.
Like,
you have to have some sense of privacy, I think.
I think a parent should sort of let their kids go off and do things on their own. Like, you can give them advice, but don't be like, don't always stand up for them, or you know what I mean? And like tell them exactly what I do, because sometimes I think that you should learn on your own.
Yeah, I think there should always be rules, because you can't just let your kid do anything, because then they could be turned out to be a total psycho.
The thing I like about my parents is they're not always like supportive of me. They're kind of truthful with me. Like, say I'll be working on a drawing or something and I'll show them to my parents. They won't be like, oh, it's beautiful, it's perfect. They'll be like, sorry. And then they'd tell me, they'd be like, well, it's good, but you know, you could do something better. Or not with paintings, but with grades and like school projects. So like, that's good, but you know, you could have done better if you hadn't procrastinated, which I do a lot. And
What's that mean?
It's
Like putting things off
when
until
you
last
hold
minute.
things off last minute.
Once I had a really loved pair of shoes. I mean, but these shoes were so dirty and disgusting that my mom's like, throw them out. And I'm like, no, they're my shoes. I want them on my feet. I'm not throwing them away. So one day, my mom just threw them out, and she's like, that's the end of those shoes. And I thought I was like, oh, that was the meanest thing you could ever do to me. And then the next day I come in with my new shoes and everybody's like, I love your shoes. And they're like, you finally got rid of those yucky shoes. I was like, I like those shoes. But then I realized what my mom had done was like, she was helping me like move on past my yucky shoes. She's like, you need new shoes. And then even though I didn't like that, she did it, and then it wasn't until after that I realized that what she was doing was a good thing, not terrible.
Hey, Caroline.
Yeah?
What did the shark say to the dolphin when he bumped into him?
I don't know.
I didn't do it on porpoise. Get it? Porpoise.
Nice
Dolphin
shark.
is a porpoise.
Nice shark.
Nancy R. of East Lansing, Michigan, nominated Madeline R. for today's Summa Cum Laude. For her birthday, instead of presents, Madeline asked her classmates to bring books to donate to the school library. Awesome job, Madeline. You'll be receiving your Summa Cum Laude certificate in the mail.
Hey, Ray.
Yeah?
Why didn't the oyster let anyone see his pearl?
I don't know.
Because he was shellfish.
Shellfish.
Like selfish?
Selfish.
Here's a game called Crossfoot, sent in by Jessica S. of Burlesville, Rhode Island. To play, Take off your shoes and find a partner. Standing beside your partner, each of you crosses your outside foot over your inside foot. Then your partner takes your foot and you take his. Now start hopping. The last team hopping wins. Guys, ready?
Yep.
Okay, remember, your outside foot can't touch the ground and try to keep balance, okay? On your mark, get set, go.
Jump.
Good job. Good job, guys. Keep it up.
Keep those leg muscles working.
This is fun.
You guys look really silly. So do you.
You look great.
Peter Hardy.
Yes. You're out.
Showdown.
What?
Sorry, good job.
You guys fell down.
Oh my gosh, my leg.
Uh-oh. You guys, Zoe?
Zoe and Jessica won.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good job.
my gosh, my calf.
Oh, I was about to get down
Check it out. Check it out. We can't do it on our own. We need you to make it known that everything you see right here can only be on Zoom because of every one of you. Who? You. Feed us a recipe. Teach us biology. Tell us a joke. Show us a trick, a riddle, or some poetry. So if you want to see it coming out of your TV, type it up, write it down, and ship it off to Zoom. How? Email. Send it to Zoom. Or Zmail. Because you call the tune. If you got a video, give it up. We'll put it on the show. A super zinging Z-O-O-M Zoom. It's you will be seeing up on the screen. Write your name and your address. And do what? Take a wild guess. Email.
Send it off to Zoom.
Or Zmail. You call the tune. Email. Send it to Zoom.
To whom? www.pbs.org.
Zmail. You know the whom. To Zoom. Z-O-O-M Box 350. Boston, Mass. 02134. Send it to Zoom.
All submissions become the property of Zoom
And will be eligible for inclusion in all Zoom media.
This means that we can share your ideas
With other Zoomers on TV.
The web and print materials, and in other Zoom ways. So, send it to Zoom.
On your mark, get set, go. Oh, good job. Whoa. You guys are doing good.
Yay.
Funding for Zoom
Is provided by
the National Science Foundation,
America's investment in the future.
And
the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
and by
contributions to your PBS station.
from viewers like you.
Thanks!
A production of WGBH Boston.